Let's continue working and open your books on page 69. So we use some words, expressions to talk about signposting. As I already mentioned, for starters, what does this mean is, etc. Of course, phrasal verbs here. Okay, guys, so let's continue working. Open your books on page 69. Okay. Exercise 8. Well, there. Okay, so we were talking about the video, right? We were listening and talking about flow. So what was flow? We already watched the video and completed some information. Let's remember. Okay, so psychologists have made necessary conditions for this state to occur. So it is a state in which you can relax and concentrate in something, right? So let's listen for more information and complete or answer questions from exercise 8. So, when was the term flow first used? With which group of professionals did psychologists first notice the state of flow? So, in this part, you are going to mention about a group of professionals. 3. What is the flow? Okay. What is flow unable to give you according to Duncan? What worries Duncan about the modern world? And which 3 examples does he give of professions that require flow? Okay? Okay, guys, so we are going to watch the video again, answer the questions.
Hello and welcome back. Today I'm with guitarist and psychology student Duncan Jennings. Duncan, you specialize in the subject of flow, which you describe as a period of absolute focus. Can you give us a bit more background on the psychology of this?
The term flow was first used by psychologists in the 1970s. It was first noticed in the art world, where the ability to lose yourself has led to all kinds of great works of art. But psychologists soon noticed it in other areas too, like science or sport. And today, while I think that the zone is not yet fully understood, it is seen as a big part of success in almost every field.
And is it available to people who aren't artists or athletes? Can ordinary people get in the zone?
Absolutely. Psychologists have invented a breakdown of conditions necessary for zoning in. First, the activity can't be too easy. Activities which don't involve a challenge won't get you in the zone. Then, you need the skills. Flow won't give you abilities that you don't already have. And you can't perform tasks which require a large amount of training if you haven't been trained. Education and knowledge are still vital. And, as I said earlier, you need freedom from distractions. You can only get in the zone when you are 100% focused on the job you're doing. And it's that third factor which I think is becoming harder in the modern world.
And it's clear from what we've talked about that you're worried about this.
Without a doubt. I mean, aren't you? Could you imagine a world where people couldn't zone in? Where surgeons became distracted during surgery? Where pilots started checking their phones during takeoff? Or where artists gave up halfway through a painting because they couldn't focus? Would you want to live in a world like that?
But is there anything we can do?
Yes, there certainly is. We need to create a space that allows us to get in the zone. We need to be able to block out the noise and really focus.
Sounds fantastic, but is it really that easy?
You won't know until you try.
Okay, time to switch off the smartphone. Thanks, Duncan. That's it from us, but join me next time when I'll be in the zone and ready for our next guest. See you then.
Okay, so we're gonna listen nowadays. Now in this part, we just listen and answer the question. Okay, guys, the ones who don't have the numbers, write your number before your name, no? Such as Marieli. No? Look at Marieli, she already wrote her number, similar. Flores, Hector, Laura, plus Clarita, Melissa, write your numbers. Merisi, Matia, okay? Okay, guys, so let's listen again.
8.7.
Hello and welcome back. Today I'm with guitarist and psychology student Duncan Jennings. Duncan, you specialize in the subject of flow, which you describe as a period of absolute focus. Can you give us a bit more background on the psychology of this?
The term flow was first used by psychologists in the 1970s. It was first noticed in the art world, where the ability to lose yourself has led to all kinds of great works of art. But psychologists soon noticed it in other areas too, like science or sport. And today, while I think that the zone is not yet fully understood, it is seen as a big part of success in almost every field.
And is it available to people who aren't artists or athletes? Can ordinary people get in the zone?
Absolutely. Psychologists have invented a breakdown of conditions necessary for zoning in. First, the activity can't be too easy. Activities which don't involve a challenge won't get you in the zone. Then you need the skills. Flow won't give you abilities that you don't already have. And you can't perform tasks which require a large amount of training if you haven't been trained. Education and knowledge are still vital. And, as I said earlier, you need freedom from distractions. You can only get in the zone when you are 100% focused on the job you're doing. And it's that third factor which I think is becoming harder in the modern world.
And it's clear from what we've talked about that you're worried about this.
Without a doubt. I mean, aren't you? Could you imagine a world where people couldn't zone in? Where surgeons became distracted during surgery, where pilots started checking their phones during takeoff, or where artists gave up halfway through a painting because they couldn't focus. Would you want to live in a world like that?
But is there anything we can do?
Yes, there certainly is. We need to create a space that allows us to get in the zone. We need to be able to block out the noise and really focus.
Sounds fantastic, but is it really that easy?
You won't know until you try.
Okay, time to switch off the smartphone. Thanks, Duncan. That's it from us, but join me next time when I'll be in the zone and ready for our next guest. See you then.
Okay, guys, volunteers to participate, you can raise the hand. Where you have the three lines in participants, there you have reactions, so you can react there. Okay, good. Okay, 3 volunteers, you can raise your hand. Now, the same applies in virtual class participation when you raise your hands. Now, okay, one more person for last question. Okay, Michelle. Okay, Marieli, read the question and answer. Begin.
Okay. When was the term flow first used? It was in the 1970s by psychologists. And number 2, with which group of professional did psychologists first notice the state of flow in artwork?
Okay, very good. That's correct. Okay, Hector.
I'm not sure if it's the right answer, but I think that Duncan is worried about the how we can get distracted in this modern world about the using the smartphones, something like
Okay.
that.
Question 3 first and then 4.
Oh, wait. I don't have the three one. Yes,
Okay.
1, 2, 4. Sorry.
Okay, so what is he worried again?
I think that he said that he's worried about the how we are distracted in this world because we have different distraction as the smartphones. We cannot get into the flow, right?
Okay, good. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, Michelle, you can answer 5, and if you have answer number 3, you can do that as well.
Okay, number 5 is, which 3 examples does he give of professions that require flow? Well, she said he gives examples of surgeons during surgery, pilots during takeoff, and artists during painting as professions that require individuals to be fully focused and in this zone. And number 3, what is flow enabled to give you according to Duncan? According to Duncan, flow is enabled to give you abilities that you don't or already possess.
Yes, very good. Okay, yes, that's the correct answer for number 3. Okay, now let's check your answers again. Okay, check your answers. Okay, now let's continue. Listening builder. Okay, changing consonant sounds. Now, when a word ending in T or D sound is followed by a word beginning with A, no, with a Y sound, the T or D sound can change. Okay, let's look at the example. The T sound can become ch, like the sound in cheese. For example, we have the T and the Y. Now remember, it's always with this sound. So if we have the T and then we have Y, this can be pronounced as ch. So not it, not it. Now, the D sound can begin or can become J as in jump. So when we have the D plus the Y, we pronounce like J. So would ya? Now instead of saying would you like coffee? That's why when you listen to some questions, instead of saying, okay, do you? No, you listen do ya. In this case, would ya? In the other, instead of saying do you or did you in the past, did ya? No, did ya? So that happens only with these sounds, T plus Y or D plus Y as well. Okay? Okay, let's do exercise 9. Read the listening builder again, then mark where the ch or j sounds are in the two questions. So we are going to listen and you mark where we have this sound. Where you listen like che, right? The one that we have in Spanish, and this J. Okay?
(8.8) 1,
Without a doubt. I mean, aren't you?
2, Could you imagine a world where people couldn't zone in?
8.8. 1,
Without a doubt. I mean, aren't you?
2,
Could you imagine a world where people couldn't zone in?
Okay, guys, so let's answer the question. Okay, I'm gonna call specific people. Let's begin with Harry, number 1. Okay, and let's see, Madeline, you can do number 2. Oh, 8. Okay, Harry, read and then tell us where you have the sound check or check. Okay, now, where did you mark? No, mark where the Ch and J is. So where did you mark in the sentence? Without? No. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Marieli, right? 8 flores.
I
Madel,
read this. Sorry.
yes, number 8, please.
Me? I number 4.
Sorry, Madeline. Okay, well, Madeline, very quickly. Is she in class or not?
Sorry, teacher, but, my computer died. I resent.
Okay. Guys, I don't want excuses. Maria Jose, number 8 or number 2, read.
Okay, teacher. Could you imagine a world where people couldn't zone in? And couldn't, teacher? It's
No, remember, what is the sound Y?
yeah.
Could you?
Could you? No, here.
Okay.
What about number 1? What is the sound Y? Here. So remember, the rule is for this sound, T plus Y or T plus Y. If you have this, you pronounce check. If you have this one, you pronounce check. Aren't you? Aren't you? Could you? Could you? Okay? Okay, guys, so be careful with that. It's not just anything. You have to look at for this sound, the Y sound, plus T and D. Okay? Okay, now let's continue. And we're gonna go back to page, okay. So last class we already worked with page 70 and 71. We practiced about mixed conditionals. Okay, let's remember very quickly before we move on. Mixed conditionals, we can mix the second conditional and the third conditional. Why? Because we're talking about hypothetical situations or imaginary situations. So, for example, we have the third conditional. If you had checked the map before we left, we wouldn't be lost now. So we are mixed two conditional, the third one and the second one. Okay, what about here? I come next week. We have the second conditional and we have the third one. If I hadn't already made plans. Now, we also have alternatives. Instead of using if, we can use as long as, we can use otherwise, if it's negative, and we can use provided. Okay, so we've already worked with this. Okay, guys, let's go to page 72. Now, this was homework. We are going to check this in this moment. So volunteers to give us the answers. Now, before I check, I'm going to send you to your group so that you can compare or copy the ones who didn't do it. So, okay? So remember, it was homework. So I'm going to send you to your groups 5 minutes, compare your answers and everything before we check. Okay, guys, go to your groups. You have 5 minutes to compare your answers. Okay? Now, all the pages, page 72, 73. Okay.
Hi, Harry. ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Te escuchaste la bulla? Ok. ¿Me escucho abajo, dijiste? Ay, could be. Ya, dijo todo, ¿no? Creo. Porque me salí cuando me estabas preguntando. ¿Las dos? Ya, empezamos. Discuss the question. Me da vergüenza. Ok. Really? Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, it was your parents, say? Yeah. When I was a child, I like to imitate whatever I saw. So I try to be, oh, I admire a lot Annabelle Angus. So, yes, I like to imitate being a, how do we say, reporter? Journalist, or, yeah. Chico Station. I saw Chico Station when I saw TV. Yes. Yes. Okay, so look at the people in the picture. What kind of people you think are the best role model for teenagers nowadays? Ay, no sé, ¿será que nos va a preguntar, pero? Ya. Letter C. Okay. We are with Clarita. Okay. And number three. Number three. Arri. The number three.
Hello,
is-
ojalá.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Really? Yeah. The second one. Ah, Clarita no.
Yo tengo lo mismo que Margeli porque ya me lo dijo. No sé, ella puso
Ya,
falso.
pongamos true
Ella
porque
puso, ¿vos lo
dijo
leíste sí o estás
false.
inventándote?
Lo leí. Yo lo leí, pero no estaba segura, te dije. Ajá, más o menos. Yeah, the second one, I think is false. Okay, the third one.
Margeli se me deposited Ya,
Continue.
ni modo. Ahora necesito que me oigan en el número 2, dice leer este ensayo. Oye, tiro por la ventana, Matías no me dijo que había tarea.
¿Y no preguntaste? Ya,
Le
number four.
pregunté y me dijo, tenés que saber vos, me dijo. Ay, ¿cómo sabes si no fui ella?
Me hubieras preguntado, Luz. Ya,
No, está
number four.
enferma. ¿Acaso hay number 4?
Sí, esto hasta la 72 y 73.
Ay, moriste, carajo.
Ya, comparemos y luego vos anotás. Number one, I think number one, it's an opinion essay, I think. The same? Yeah, and number two, does it follow the suggested structure of the syllables? Yes, I think. Yes, it does. Number three, information you give in the introduction. I don't know this question. Talk about what? Mm,
¿Dijiste malos
entonces,
ejemplos de las celebridades?
yes,
Ah, ok. Ya.
yes, celebrities. Yeah, number four. Opinion essay, I think. It examines why one side of the is that. A ver qué tenés, ponerle. Here,
¿Qué le pusiste, Harry?
yo le puse, yo le puse el concepto que hice en el skill de opinion essay. Could be.
Yeah. What's
Yeah, what
recommended?
recommendation does she give in the conclusion? Ah, ya, le puse una parte del paragraph, del último. Teenagers should be encouraged to
¿Cuál le
establish
pusiste?
strong and positive relationships with people. Está al final.
Sí, léelo. ¿Solo hasta around them?
Teenagers, desde teenagers hasta around them.
Ya.
Salud, haciendo todo recién.
Oye, ¿qué más hay que hacer?
Number 5.
Ay, no. A ver, dice, find the following the question. Find choose synonyms for young people, but choose synonyms
Yeah.
for the people.
No, yeah, it's adolescents and teenagers. About young
And
people.
young people?
Yes. And people in the public eye is famous people and celebrities. They are synonyms.
Oye, y en the people in the public eye.
Por eso, pues, young people is adolescents and teenagers, and people in the public eye is famous people and celebrities.
La dos.
Famous people.
Oye, ¿qué le...
Yo casi. ¿Qué? Yeah, the second is to the paragraph before.
¿Por?
Before. O sea, del párrafo anterior. O the previous paragraph, algo así. Number 3 is in contrast and furthermore. In contrast and furthermore. And number 4, in summary and therefore.
Okay, guys, let's check the answers. Volunteers to participate. You can raise your hand. Oh my God. What happened? Okay. So we're gonna begin with Harry. Don't forget to write your number for your name. Okay, Harry, you complete exercise 1 and 2. Okay. Read the question and answer. Begin. Okay, thank you very much for the information, Harry. Okay, no more answer, mejor, because we have to continue. Okay. So here we don't have specific answers. It varies from person to person. Okay, Maria Jose, this is your question. To what extent, read the essay, to what extent does the writer agree with your view of role models? So you have a point of view in exercise 1. So according to this essay, is it similar to yours or no?
Yes, teacher, it's agree. Because when I was a child, for example, my role model was a teacher of my mathematics. So for me, it's much similar. It's so my teacher is my hi teacher. How do you say madrina? Madrina, right? My yes,
Your
teacher.
mother. No, okay. That's why she's your mother. Okay, good. But that is very strange, no? When teachers are your role models, because usually nowadays, now if you say, who's your role model to teenagers? Ricky Martin, Justin Bieber, no, like that. Good. Okay, thank you for the information. Now, Melissa, your turn. Okay, Melissa, read the essay. Are the sentences true or false? Correct the false sentences. Okay, Melissa.
Okay, teacher. Number 1, Julia first stated her general opinion about role models in paragraph 2 is false. Number 2, paragraph 2 contains argument in favor of celebrities as role models is false. Number 3, paragraph 3 contains argument in favor of people from the local community as role models. It's true. And Julie acknowledged the opposing viewpoint, but only in one sentence, not a paragraph. Is true.
Okay, good, Melissa. Now, you said 1 and 2 are false. What is the correct information, Melissa?
In the first, they say their favorite athlete cheering or a famous people.
Okay, so here it says general opinion in paragraph 2. So in which paragraph is this general opinion? Paragraph?
In paragraph 1.
1.
General opinion.
Yes, in paragraph 1, that is the correct answer. And in this number 2, it says paragraph 2 contains arguments in favor. So false. What is the correct?
Because they contains argument cheating or famous.
Okay, what is that? Okay, so we say in favor. What is the opposite in favor?
Opposite. With opposite the people.
Come on, Melissa. Okay, somebody. What's the opposite in favor? Against. Okay, yes. So paragraph 2 contains arguments against celebrities. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, let's check again. There you have. So whenever you write the thesis statement, it is always in paragraph 1. No? Why? Because it shows we are going to read about this or write about this. So always paragraph 1, the main idea. Okay, then in the others, ideas or arguments against role models. No? Okay. So here we have 2 kinds of essays. We have an opinion essay and a discussion essay. So what are the differences? Both opinion essays and discussion essays examine a particular issue or situation, while opinion essays consider one side of the argument and try to persuade the reader of the writer's opinion. Discussion essays consider both sides of the argument. They are more balanced and objective. Okay, so the opinion essay is more subjective because that is your opinion. No? You want to convince the reader that your opinion is valid. So this one is more subjective because it's not really objective. While the other, the persuasive one, it is objective. We have a balance. There is investigation. There is this and that. Okay? The common structure for this type of essay is, now let's look at the body. Okay, both essays, opinion and discussion essay, have an introduction. In the introduction, you give your background information, explain the present situation, and state the writer's argument. So what does it mean? The thesis statement. What is the thesis statement? The main idea of your paragraph. okay, or the essay, the complete essay. Okay, then we have the main body. In the main body, we can have 2 or more paragraphs, but minimum 2. Opinion essay examines why one side of the argument is correct. The other side of the argument is considered, but it's not even equal weight. Now we just mention a little bit. Discussion essay examines both sides of the argument. Each side of the argument is given equal weight, so there is a balance. If in one side we have, let's say, 10 sentences, in the other we have 10 sentences. There's the long or the length of the paragraph should be equal as well. And then we have a conclusion. Summarizes what the essay has shown and gives recommendations for the future. Okay? Okay, let's wait 30 seconds. I'm gonna find some examples of
Teacher, your microphone.
well, here we have an example of an opinion essay. Okay, so let's look at the example. Very often, okay, let's put this up. Very often you will have to express your own opinion on something. So it is important to remember that generally convincing somebody does not rely necessarily on the strength of the ideas, but rather on how you present them. Your opinions must be supported by examples, facts, and experiences from your life. It is your job to convince the reader that your opinion is valid. So that is the objective of the opinion essay. So as you see, supported by examples, facts, and experiences from your life. This is more subjective. Now, paragraph 1, introduction. Present your opinion. State the theme and your opinion about it. Present your ideas clearly and precisely. Okay, and here you have an example of opinions for and against capital punishment. So this is an essay related to capital punishment. So you have the introduction, no? They mention opinions for, etc. And then, in my opinion. So here is the thesis statement. In my opinion, there is nothing more sacred than life. Nevertheless, I am in favor of capital punishment. Here is the thesis statement. I am in favor of capital punishment. So according to this statement, the writer is going to write about, let's say, ideas in favor. Okay, so paragraph 2, body. Give examples and reasons for your opinion. Explain your arguments clearly and dispassionately. What is dispassionately? With passion. You have to really convince the reader about your point of view, that you are correct. And here we have, first, let's consider reasons. Murder is a serious crime. Now there you have. Studies have shown. So there is investigation as well. Studies have shown. Even so we have all the ideas to support capital punishment. And then we have paragraph 3, conclusion. conclude and give your solution. So give solution. Use modal verbs should, ought to, have to, must to express your opinion. For example, these crimes and the people who commit them must be punished. It is up to society, etc. Consequently, the only possible punishment is capital punishment. And here you have the explanation of the solution of the Old Testament. No? And here they are even mentioning the Bible's sayings. Testament, an eye for an eye, provides us with the only possible solution. Okay, so if you see, must. This is the solution. They must be punished. So here, must. Some phrases that you can use to express your personal opinion are these. In my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, from my point of view. To be for, no? To be against. I am for capital punishment. I am against capital punishment. Okay? You can use connectors. Don't forget to use connectors when you write your essay. Connectors of addition, not only but also. Moreover, besides, what's more, in addition, furthermore, etc. Connectors of contrast, although, in spite of, the fact, however, nevertheless, etc. Okay, so that is the main idea of the opinion essay. Again, the opinion essay is supported by examples, facts, and experiences from your life. Okay, and the idea here is to convince the reader that your opinion is valid. Okay, so this is the opinion essay. Now let's look at the difference with persuasive. The persuasive, remember, it takes both points of view. There is no, I am not in favor of this or I'm not against this. So the person is not really in favor or against something. He or she just presents both points of views and that's it. Now, this persuasive essay can be also called, if you see here in the example, it can be called a for or against essay. You have already learned this composition, but with another name, or advantages and disadvantages essay. But this is also called persuasive essay. Okay? So in the persuasive essay, we use the points for and the points against, or the advantages or disadvantages of a topic. Here you have some points that you can follow. Okay, now, number one, how can you do this? Make a 2-column chart and list the main points for and against, or advantages, disadvantages. 2, decide which of the 2 columns is more convincing. Your introduction should briefly summarize both sides of the issue and clearly state your opinion. If the arguments for are more convincing, you should first introduce the reasons against. Okay, so memorize this part because this is very important. If the arguments for are more convincing, you begin with the against reasons. Okay, so if I am more convinced with this, I begin with the weak one, with the weak point, and then continue with the strong point. That is the idea of this kind of essay. Okay, so then in the following paragraph, present the reasons for. So this is your strength. So first you begin with the weak one, let's say weak point, and then you continue with the strong points. Okay, you cannot begin with the strong and then go with the weak point. That's the reason. Apply the same criteria in step 3 for an advantages or disadvantages essay. So if you ever will write about advantage and disadvantage, it's the same. First introduce a weak point and then continue with the strong point. Now, 5, remember to present both sides of the issue. including only the information that supports your opinion, will decrease credibility. So that's why here is not really your opinion, it is both points. Okay? Okay. Now, in this kind of paragraph, we usually have 4 paragraphs, minimum 4, because we are introducing 2 points. So at least 4 paragraphs. Paragraph 1, introduction. Paragraph 2, paragraph 3, body, and conclusion. Okay. In the introduction, the same, you state the point of view, you mention that you are going to speak about for and against. And look at this. Now introduce the issue, attract the reader's attention, sometimes using a quotation, an interesting fact, etc. can be helpful. The example below is for an essay about whether the university entrance exam should be abolished. It is a 4 essay. So what does it mean, a 4 essay? That the person in this paragraph will introduce against points first, and in the next paragraph, he or she will talk about the 4 points. Okay? So here, this person is introducing the 4 ideas. And then finally, conclusion or summary. Now, if you see this example, it depends how you are going to write. So you can write first the against reasons, continue with the 4, or you can begin with the 4 and continue with the against. It's similar to advantages. You can begin with advantages, continue with disadvantages, or again, begin with disadvantage and continue with advantage. But you have to introduce the 2 points in different paragraphs. Paragraph 2 and paragraph 3 for body. Okay, and then finally, conclusion. In the last paragraph, summarize your opinion and offer suggestions. In this case, it should briefly highlight why the reasons for abolishing the exam are more convincing than the reasons against. Now remember, this is a 4 essay. That's why you have to highlight why these are stronger than the against reasons. Okay. Here we have some things, connectors that you can use for conclusion. Okay. Now, whenever you write your composition, use this checklist. This will help you to improve your composition. Did you use incorrect expressions, such as I am agree? So remember, you don't say I am agree. The correct, I don't agree. Be careful with this, especially because sometimes most of the students say this, I am agree or I am not agree. This is incorrect. The correct, I agree or I don't agree. Next, do you make common spelling mistakes such as although, with T, incorrect? So check spelling mistakes. Did you present both sides of the issue objectively? So did you present the for argument? Did you present the against? Yes or no? Is the paragraph division and structure appropriate? Yes or no? Did you clearly identify and explain your opinions in the conclusion? Yes or no? So this checklist will help you improve, especially this kind of essay. Okay? Okay, I will send these examples to the WhatsApp group because according to this, you will have to write a composition for your second oral presentation. Okay, now questions about these 2 types of essays you can ask in this moment. If you have doubts or questions, you can ask.
Teacher, this example is about a discussion essay, yeah?
Yeah. This is a discussion or a persuasive essay. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, guys. So let's look at your books again. So you've seen the differences between those two. Okay, what I'm showing the book. Passion essay is also considered as persuasive essay. Okay, so it has different names. Oh, what did I do? Okay, guys, that's it. Okay, so again, opinion essay, discussion, or persuasive essay. That is the name that you might call. I usually call it persuasive because we are trying to persuade with two kinds of points, points of view. Okay, guys, volunteers to do exercise 4, 2 people to answer the questions.
My teacher.
Okay, Clarita and Maria Jose, Maria Rene. Okay, Maria Jose, you can participate next. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Clarita. Question 1, 2, 3.
Number 1, I think, is an opinion essay. Number 2 is it's like a structure in the skit books for me. And the 3, sometimes she speak about the bad examples of celebrities. I don't know if it's okay. It's my opinion.
Okay, good. So she describes about an example about her childhood, right? When she was young, people she looked up. Okay. Let's continue with Maria Rene.
Therefore, what are Julie's main points in the main body of the site? The main points are that famous as role models are bad examples, and young persons' everyday life are better as role models. What recommendations does she give in the conclusion? She gives the recommendation that young people should establish strong and positive relationships with the people around them.
Okay, good job. Yes, those are correct answers. Let's check again. Let's compare your answers. Okay, now let's look at again the conclusion. Remember, in the conclusion, try to use the modals should, have to, must to give your opinion. So in this case, should. Teenagers should be encouraged to establish meaningful relationships in the local community. Okay? Okay, guys, let's continue with next part. Okay, cohesion. So what is cohesion? When we write, it's important that we clearly show the reading connection between our ideas. So this is what we call cohesion. When there is connection between our ideas. We can create cohesion by using synonyms. He's famous and hangs out with other well-known people. Synonym, famous, and well-known. So in order not to repeat famous, we're going to use a synonym, well-known. Reference words. We can use pronouns. Okay, for example, the mayor has always misunderstood the issue and it continues to confuse her. So it has a reference to the issue And here we're talking about a major. So this is a connection with words. We can use summary nouns. Unemployment is at all-time high. This situation, so we're talking about unemployment. We can use linking words. Although we understand the risks, we want to go ahead with the plan. So we are connecting two ideas using linking words or connectors. Okay? So that is how you connect your ideas or the same cohesion. Okay, volunteers for exercise 5. 11, right? There was Maria Jose. Okay, Maria Jose, you can do 1, 2. Another volunteer for 3, 4. You can raise your hand. Okay, Mariel. Okay, Maria Jose, you can begin. 1, 2.
Okay, teacher. Find two synonyms for young people and two synonyms for people in the public age in paragraph 1 and 2. Okay. For young people, it's teenagers and adolescents. But for people in the public age, it's famous and celebrities.
Okay, very good. Yes, that's correct. Okay, thank you very much. Marieli, continue.
Okay. Find two summary nouns in paragraph 3. Number 3 is in contrast and furthermore. And number 4 is in summary and therefore.
Good. Okay, I think I count Maria Jose. No, I cut Maria Jose answering. Okay, please continue.
Okay, number 2. Okay, the word is this. So it's refer that the nowadays are famous for their wealth and glamour rider for their achievements. For example, the writer she said that the famous or celebrity is about roles, and she prefer that the people the teenagers they contact in every day, for example, every day in life.
Okay, very good, Maria Jose. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Okay, yes, that is correct, guys. So let's check again. Okay, so you can check, right? Other words or synonyms for the teenagers and adolescents, and in the other, this one. And as your partner mentioned, no, what is this word referring? That celebrities are setting a bad example. Okay, Okay, guys, let's continue. Now, exercise 6. Match essay titles A and B with essay extracts 1, 4. Okay, 2 participants. Okay, who can do this? Okay, let's call names. Okay, who did not speak today? Okay, Hector. Okay, Hector, A, Merisi, B. Okay, Hector, read and read the sentences. Okay, begin.
The extract is how successful are schools and college at preparing young people for the world of work. I think that the first and the fourth one. The first is say some people believe that all high school students should receive career guidance. This is only possible if. And the four is children should finish school knowing which career path to follow. An important function of any place of education is.
Okay, good job. That's correct. And Merisi, the answers are already, but read.
The answer, I think, is the B is the 2 and 3. Should educational institutions encourage students to use their phone and tablets in class? The answer is number 2 and 3. Number 2, there has been a sharp increase in the number of people who own a smart device. And 3, students should be encouraged to use technology in order to.
Yes, that's correct. Good job, guys. Okay, now time to give you your topic. Exercise 7. Now, you're not going to choose from here, okay? But this is what I'm interested about. You will write an opinion or discussion essay that the teacher will say. Write your essay in about 250 words. Use 2 or 3 cohesive devices in each paragraph. Okay, now I have already sent the messages to the WhatsApp group. You can check them out in this moment. It's about topics. So I need everybody in this moment to read, choose one topic so that you can write your essay. Okay, after you choose your topic, write your name and write the topic of the essay. Now, let's imagine if Margeli chose, okay, capital punishment, nobody else can choose that topic. That's why go to the WhatsApp group. The topics are in the PDF material. Now there is a girl, I think the picture of a girl, the one there. No, do we give children too? That is the first topic. So we have 15 topics, choose one of them. After you choose, write your complete name with the topic so that we know what you are going to write about. Okay, so do it in this moment. You have 1 minute to publish on WhatsApp group. Balda, Matthias, okay. Remember to choose one topic. You cannot say the same topic. Okay, guys. Yeah, Balda Matia, very quickly.
Melissa, yo ya elegí ese tema.
Sí, lo acabo de ver.
Okay, guys, here are the topics. So you choose one. Let me check. Does everybody have a topic yet? Okay, remember not to repeat the topic. You cannot, absolutely not repeat it. Okay? Okay, so I believe everybody chose the topic. Okay, we should ban eating meat. There is another topic. Is there too much pressure on women? Have perfect bodies? No? No. Whichever topic you chose, remember to write interesting essays. Okay? Now, let's see. Now the teacher will give you the topic, the kind of essay that you are going to write. Okay, so opinion essay. If I say opinion essay, you show this example. The example is also on the WhatsApp group in this moment. You have both examples, so follow this pattern. However, in the opinion essay here, you have only 2 paragraphs or 1 paragraph for the body. You can write 3 paragraphs, no? Apart from paragraph 2 body, paragraph 3 body, paragraph 4 body. So you can write 5 paragraphs, not only 3. Okay? This is a very small composition. So for the body, I need you to add at least paragraph 3 body and paragraph 4 conclusion. But because remember, you have to write how many words? 250 minimum. Okay? You can follow the example from the book, page 72. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs in an opinion essay. So the same opinion essay, 4 paragraphs minimum. You can write 5 as well if you want to. Okay. Opinion essay. According to the topic you chose, you're going to write an opinion essay. Pay attention. Barba Melissa. Okay, I'm going to write here. Opinion essay. Cruz. Opinion essay. Flores Harry. Opinion essay. Montaño. Balda María José. Acá. María José. Balda Matías. Opinion essay. Okay. Barba Cruz Marieli. Flores Harry, Montaño Camila, Vaca María José, Balda Matías. You write this opinion essay, remember minimum 4 paragraphs. In this example, we have 3, but you have to write 4. Okay, remember that, please. Okay. The others will write a discussion or a persuasive essay, the one that you have against 4. Okay, this one.
Sorry, teacher, I can't hear. I going to write an opinion essay.
What's your number?
4.
Number 4. Yes, opinion essay, Marieli.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Sorry, me too, Laura Colque.
Okay, Laura, not yet. Listen. Okay. Discussion essay, the one here, effort against or advantage disadvantages. Okay, Colque Laura, discussion essay. Cruz Merisi. Flores Madeline. Pedraza María René. Balda Clarita. Zambrana Héctor. Okay. So again, discussion for and against essay. Colque, Cruz, Flores. Okay, Cruz, Merisi, because we have many Cruz here. Flores, Pedraza, Balda, Clarita, Zambrana. You write this essay. In this essay, you write 4 paragraphs, no more. Okay, because there has to be a balance. So 4 paragraphs. Again, similar to the opinion essay 4 paragraphs, discussion essay 4 paragraphs. Okay? Okay, guys. Your oral presentation is after the written test, which means on 11th. May 11th, take notes. So it's after 2 weeks. Okay? Next Saturday are the exams. Okay, so on May 11, your oral presentation.
Sorry, teacher, about this topic with this kind of essays.
Okay, after you chose your topic, right? This you have to write a discussion essay. Okay, which is okay.
Teacher,
Okay, ask question, Batia.
and apart from the essay that we will write, we need to make any other material, like
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. Like the first oral presentation, don't forget your cards, cartulinas enteras, no partido a la mitad, como hizo no sé quién, creo que era Harry o Héctor, ¿no? Que había explicado bien, cartulina entera y me trajeron mitad. Kids of kindergarten. Okay. Be careful with your material. Very beautiful material. It has to be interesting, etc. Okay. So that is the essay, guys. Remember, the topic that you chose, you cannot change it. Okay. We have, for example, Montaño. She wrote, learning English isn't important. So she will write an opinion essay about that. So what is her opinion? Of course, you can change. Instead of saying learning English isn't important, learning English is important. It's your choice whether it's positive, it's negative, it's against, or it's for. Okay? Okay, guys. So let's continue. Okay, we're gonna have 5 minutes break so that you can stand up a little bit. Or do you want to continue sitting? But I'm very tired. So 5 minutes break and we come back in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's continue. Now, here we have a question. No, not a question, but you have to complete this phrase. A good friend is. Okay, so let's complete the sentence according to your own opinion. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about your answer. Okay, you can complete any. Now, a good friend is, or a good friend is someone who. Oh, very good. Can read. Yes. Okay, another volunteer.
A good friend is someone who always give you a hand when he can help you.
Okay, good idea. Who else? Volunteers.
A good friend is someone who is there for you when you need support.
Okay, good, Laura. Okay, who else?
Okay, a good friend is honest and passionate.
Honest and passionate. Okay, good. Okay, who else wants to speak?
A good friend is someone who listens without judgment.
Oh, very nice. Who listens to something. Okay, good job. Okay, one more person. A good friend is, or a good friend is someone who. Okay, Melissa.
A good friend is someone who helps you and is honest.
Yes. Okay, good job. A good friend is someone who helps you and is honest, she said. Okay, good job. Okay, guys, so you have different ideas about who a good friend is. Now we are going to compare your ideas with a short video. And you can also take notes, write down about what a good friend is. Okay?
Some of the reason why we aren't collectively so good at friendship is that we don't have a clear idea of what a really good friend might be like. It may therefore be worth trying to draw up a list of an ideal candidate so as to focus our desires and spur us on to acquire the sort of character we would want to find in others. Firstly, the ideal friend knows how to show weakness. The ideal friend doesn't try to prove how robust and successful they are. On the contrary, quite often they let us know awkward and potentially embarrassing things about themselves. They show how much they trust us by confessing failings and sorrows which would open them up to possible humiliation from the world beyond. They offer us the gift of their vulnerability. Secondly, they're genuinely interested in our sorrows and difficulties. And yet, they're not shocked or even surprised by the weird and stupid things we've done. They're not judgmental. They don't come down harshly and critically on our weaknesses because they know themselves well enough to be alert to their own odder and more troubled sides. And they do us the graceful favour of assuming that behind the seams, we are as radically imperfect as they are. Thirdly, the proper friend is reassuring. They don't just flatter, they understand how easily we lose perspective, panic, and underestimate our own ability to cope. They know we've got zones of fragility that need to be treated very gently. Sometimes they get us to laugh at ourselves, when on our own we'd be inclined to self-pity or rage. Fourthly, a true friend helps build our self-understanding. There are so many things we don't entirely comprehend about who we are. We get agitated or defensive, and we don't really know why. We find it tricky to pin down our goals. We might have some strong opinions, but it can be difficult to explain really why these ideas matter to us. The right friend listens and helps us piece together the best account of our fears and excitements. Fifthly, they help us think. More often than it's comfortable to admit, we don't quite know what we think until a proper friend gently asks us to expand on a thought, to explain why we're impressed by it, and to find good answers to possible objections. They see the potential in what we're saying when we can't. Sixthly, they help us to like ourselves. The good friend likes us in ways we're not easily able to like ourselves. Normally, we're intently alive to our own shortcomings. It's more obvious from our point of view what's disappointing or frustrating about us than what's endearing or attractive. We need a friend because we're liable to be so very unfriendly towards ourselves. We tend to think that a true friend must be someone we spend a lot of time with, but actually, the ideal other becomes part of us. We internalize who they are, how they speak, the way they smile, the way they pause or get enthusiastic. They continue to inhabit our brain even when we haven't been in touch for a while or when they're far away. The good friend is always with us.
The confession.
Okay, so there you have some interesting ideas about what a good friend is. Okay, so what ideas did you get from the video? Okay, so what is a good friend according to the video? What is an ideal friend? Okay, so let's see what you remember.
For me, I like the fourth reason, where a good friend listens you and is always helping you to understand ourselves and how we feel in any situation.
Oh, very nice, Maria. Okay, another volunteer. Okay, Melissa, right?
Okay. Yes. Good friend help.
Melissa, you're having problems with the...
When you fall.
Okay, I believe Belis is having problems with the microphone. Okay, what about Clarita? You can write your ideas, Melissa.
As some idea that maybe say is all a good friend always is always with sorry is always with us. So I think it's really good because when we need a and when we were alone, sometimes we need a good friend that is for us.
Okay, good job. Okay, guys, so there you have. And there are so many videos about this friend now. When they, for example, they fall down, instead of helping the friend, they begin laughing. Okay, yes. Okay, guys, so those are some ideas about like what a good friend is. So if you see in this lesson, we are going to talk about friendship, connections, and unlikely friendships. So what are unlikely friendships? The two people who are very different from each other get to be friends. Okay. Okay, let's go to page 76, Unit 9, Connections, Exercise 1. Now, here we have some vocabulary that you can use related to friendship. For example, go back a long way, hit it off, see eye to eye, drift apart. Okay. Number 1, look at the statements below. To what extent do you agree with them? So individually, okay, so most of the activities in virtual class are individual, no, because I cannot send you to the groups again and again. Okay, guys, a close friend can be someone you've met recently. To be close friends, you have to go a long way. You have to go back a long way. So it means that you have to know each other for a long time. 2, if you don't hit it off immediately with someone, you are unlikely to become friends. So let's check this one. If you don't get along with someone immediately, you won't become friends. That is the meaning of hit it off. 3, it's completely normal for friends not to see eye to eye. So what does it mean? That to have the same opinion, okay? Agreeing about everything would be boring. 4, some friends just end up drifting apart, so separate. They separate from each other. So it's normal, especially if you no longer have anything in common. Okay, guys. So the question is, to what extent do you agree with them? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think. Volunteers can participate. If there are no volunteers, I will call your names. Okay. Okay, guys, volunteers to participate. Okay, 4 participants, so 1 participant for every sentence. You can give us your point of view. Okay, very good.
Me, teacher. Oh, no, second.
Okay, Laura. Okay, Laura, you can do the first one. Okay, Laura, number 1. Maria Jose, number 2. Hector, number 3. Luz Clarita, number 4. There are the participants. You can also participate. Okay, begin, Laura.
Okay, teacher. I am agree with the first one because go back a long way because I believe that in a friendship it's necessary to develop trust. So for that you need know each other with with a friend. You need time to do that.
Yes, I agree with you. Okay, good, Laura. Okay, what about 11? Who's 11?
Me,
Maria
teacher.
Jose.
Okay. For me, is I'm disagree, teacher, because for example, my best friends. Okay, so when I meet my friends, I thought that she was a rude person or bad person. Okay, but nowadays is my best friends. In addition to my first travel was with she. Uh, um, she and me traveled to La Paz. So for me, it's different.
Okay, very good. So she wasn't a good friend first, and then yes, that's correct.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Thank you, Maria, Jose, for the information. Okay, let's continue with Hector.
Okay, teacher. According to the third statement, it say that it's completely normal to not be agree with something or different has different point of view. I think it's is important has different opinions or point of view or something or special things because you have topics to speak and discuss in some points. As saying and the statement is, it will be boring if we all always agree with everything, right?
Okay, good. Thank you, Hector, for the information. Okay, and Clarita.
Me. Yes. Sorry. I think I agree because when people don't have at least some characteristic in common, there isn't much compatibility with that persons. So I think that more people get together with some person that uh, pass the similar things to them. I think it's my opinion.
Okay. Yes, Clarita. Okay. I don't know. Clarita is very nervous today. What happened? Okay.
This is my internet. I ran to my internet because
Ah, no. Okay. Poor Luz. Okay. To relax. Okay. Good. Okay. So yes, I believe that in some way we should connect with somebody who is similar to us, but as Hector said, not so similar because we should have different ideas as well, right? Because it would be boring as well. Okay, now let's learn more vocabulary related to friendship. So everybody, let's go to page 126. Okay, so here we have friendship and love. Match phrases 114 with definitions. Okay, after you finish, you continue with exercise 2. Complete the text with the correct form of the phrases in exercise 1. The first letter is given for you. Okay. So I'm going to give you 8 minutes or 9 so that you can complete them. When you finish, participants, you can raise your hands.
The number 1 and 2?
Yes, number 1, 2, please.
Nine point one. 1. Bond over something. F. 2. Date someone. H. 3. Drift apart. C. 4. Get along like a house on fire. M. 5. Go back a long way. G. 6. Hang out with someone. K. 7. Have a crush on someone. D. 8. Have someone's back. J. 9. Love at first sight. E. 10. Platonic relationship. I. 11. See eye to eye. B. 12. Settle down. N. 13. Soulmate. L. 14. Hit it off. A. 9.1. 1. Bond over something. F. 2. Date someone. H. 3. Drift apart. C. 4. Get along like a house on fire. M. 5. Go back a long way. G. 6. Hang out with someone. K. 7. Have a crush on someone. D. 8. Have someone's back. J. 9. Love at first sight. E. 10. Platonic relationship. I. 11. See eye to eye. B. 12. Settle down. N. 13. Soulmate. L. 14. Hit it off. A.
Okay, guys. Yep. I'm gonna show you the answers for one, but I will need volunteers for two. Okay. So at the same time, remember to write down the pronunciation for new vocabulary.
Nine point one. 1. Bond over something. F. 2. Date someone. H. 3. Drift apart. C. 4. Get along like a house on fire. M. 5. Go back a long way. G. 6. Hang out with someone. K. 7. Have a crush on someone. D. 8. Have someone's back. J. 9. Love at first sight. E. 10. Platonic relationship. I. 11. See eye to eye. B. 12. Settle down. N. 13. Soulmate. L. 14. Hit it off. A.
Okay, let's continue. Ready, right? Okay, volunteers for exercise 2. You can raise your hands. Okay, let me see. The first person will read until here. Okay, 4 people, please. Okay. Okay, Merisi, you begin from 1 to 5. Harry, you continue from 6 to 7. Oh, this is very short. Okay, other volunteers, 2 more participants. Come on, guys. Somebody so that you can go and have your break. Okay, Merisi, begin. I'm gonna write here who did not participate for anybody. Okay, Clarita, you can continue, please. And Michelle. Okay, Michelle, you finish. Okay, Merisi, begin.
Okay. Denise and I have known each other for over 10 years, so we go back a long way. We met in college and immediately hit it off, partly because we bond over our love for the same TV shows. We hang out a lot, just watching TV or cooking dinner, but there was never any romance and fear. It was a completely platonic relationship.
Okay, good. Thank you. And let's continue, Clarita. Continue.
I don't have all details, sorry.
Okay, you can read what you have, Clarita. Come on. Microphone.
Yeah.
Microphone.
What
Clarita.
So we start a date someone and it went incredibly well.
Okay, Clarita is dying already. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Maria Jose. Maria Jose, please continue from 9 to 12.
Teacher, not yet.
Not yet, Maria Jose?
Not yet, teacher.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes. I think in 2 minutes you can finish. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Okay, sorry.
Okay, now Maria Jose, continue.
Okay, teacher, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So number 8. Yes. Okay. So we started date someone and it went incredible well. We are still get along long, sorry, hockey and lounge all time, but of course, our relationship is so much more than that. No, she is my soulmate. We don't still down on everything. In fact, we we argue very often, but I know that she always I think hang out. Yeah, sorry. And that support is really important.
Okay, good. Thank you, Maria Jose. Okay, let's continue with Hector. Finish, Hector, please.
Mm, things are going so well that we are thinking about settle down and having children. When our children ask me, "Daddy, was it love at first sight with your mommy?" I say no. We were just friends for years.
Okay, guys, you can check your answers. Oh, you took your time to do this. Okay, so it's 16:13. You have your break 30 minutes. So you come back in 30 minutes. Okay, what time?
5 o'clock.
16:43. 5 o'clock, Hector. If you are late, you cannot get into class. Okay. 16:43, guys. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thanks.
Okay, students, let's continue. Cameras on. Okay, let's go back to page 76. Okay, exercise 2. Read the text quickly and answer the questions about the 3 friendships. So here we have 3 friendships, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So let's answer the question. Number 1, in which way is each set of friends like oil and water? 2, why do the friends get along, or why did they drift apart? Okay? Okay, guys. 3 volunteers to participate. You can raise your hands. 3 people to read. Okay? Okay, Maria Jose, you can read the first one. Okay, Hector, the second one. One more volunteer. Okay, Luz Clarita, the third one. Okay, so while your partners are reading the others, you can answer the questions 1, 2. Okay, begin, Maria Jose.
Okay, teacher. Like oil and water. Know the word of the movie star clown with the funny glasses. Grouch March seeming unlike Frank for T.S. Eliot, who regarded as one of the major poets of 20th century. However, they admired each other's work, and although their communication was solely through letters, and they become close friends. This all changed, though, when they met face to face and found that neither of them was interested in others' conversations. They quickly realized they were as different as oil and water, and didn't stay on touch. But, handled careful, some online friendships can be more successful. Here are 2 oil and water friendships that have gone the distance.
Marlene and I meet on the first date of college. Most people were talking in groups, but the woman sitting in the corner looked pretty lonely, not being shy. I just walked over and introduced myself, although she would be pleased, but she looked scary and didn't say a word. I kept trying to make a conversation, and finally she began talking. I realized that she was just incredibly shy and preferred listening to talking. It's funny because I'm very outgoing and I like talking to people, and I think that that's why we get along so well. We really complement each other.
Okay, continue, Clarita. Microphone on.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, really, no? Okay. Um, Yo and I met 12 years ago, so we go back a long way. Having just watched my soccer team lose a game, I heard someone laugh and cheer for the other team. Irritated by his cheering, I started talking to him, and we got along like a house on fire. Despite not seeing eye to eye on anything, but I found him funny and honest, and I think that's why our friendship works so well. Although we're honest about our views, meaning we often have arguments, we always make up soon afterward. I mean, life's boring when everyone agrees all the time.
Okay, good. Thank you guys for reading. Okay, now if there are volunteers to answer questions 1, 2, you can raise your hands. Otherwise, I'm going to give you 3 minutes to answer. Now, at the same time, you can complete the other exercise. So, exercise 3, A and B. Wait, let me close this one. Oh, no. So 3, match the highlighted phrases in text 1-4 with the types of participle below. Okay, you continue with 3B as well. Match the highlighted participles in the text with functions A, B. Okay, guys, let's check exercise 2. Read the text quickly, answer the questions about the 3 friendships. Okay, volunteers to answer question number 1, question number 2. Okay, 2 people here. Before I call, come on, guys. Okay. Okay, let's call Marieli. You can answer number 1. And Laura. Okay, Laura Kolke, you can answer number 2.
Okay, teacher. In which way is each set of friends like oil and water? And in the first paragraph, when they met face to face, um, mm, uh, in the second paragraph, I think because one of them don't answer about the conversation. In the third paragraph, because one of them was laughing about the soccer team of the other person, but John, I think.
Okay, good. Okay, Marieli, but the three kinds of friendship have something in common. So what is that common? What do they have in common? The first, second, and third friendship.
Sorry, teacher, I didn't understand.
What does it mean, like oil and water? Now, what does that mean? Is it related
they are
to this?
very different.
Yes, that's it. Okay, so in which way? Because they are very different. No, you see here they are different. They two and they are two. No, they differ from each other. Okay, so that is the answer because they are very different. Okay, what about Laura? Why do the friends get along or why did they drift apart? Here you can give specific examples. Now what happened here? Did they do they get along or they drift apart? Why? Now what's the reason?
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Sorry, my nephew is here, so he was talking. Well, I believe that they drift apart because they when they send when they know each other's face to face, they realize that they were like oil and water. They were real different.
Okay, yes, that's correct. So they were not interested in each other's conversation, right? They drifted apart. Okay, good. And you have specific examples about the other people that they get along, they complement each other, etc. Okay. Now let's look at the sentences that are highlighted. Sitting in the corner, not being shy, none to the world, having just watched. Okay, so exercise 3, match the highlighted phrases in the text 1-4 with the types of participles below. Okay, so we have present participle, past participle, perfect participle. Now, before we check this, you can check your answers by watching the video. We are going to watch small video related to these participles. Present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. Okay, so you can read At the same time, listen and read.
Participle clauses are today's grammar topic. By using participle clauses, we can give more info in an economical way. They are formed with the present participle, going, reading, seeing, walking, etc. The past participle, gone, read, seen, walked, etc. And the perfect participle, having gone, having read, having seen, having walked, etc. Different clauses serve different purposes. Here are some common ways we use the present participle clauses. To describe simultaneous actions. Jem lost his keys driving home. Sequential actions. Picking up my handbag, I found $2 on the floor. An action that is the result of another action. A bomb exploded, killing 5 people. A reason for the action in the main clause. Not knowing anybody, I went home. Or we can use them after conjunctions. Given the chance, I would love to have a dog. After opening a drawer, I discovered it was broken. I will now discuss perfect participle clauses. We use them to make it clear that the action happens before another one. Having brushed my teeth, I realized I hadn't used my toothbrush. To talk about actions which are not consecutive or when the first action happens over a period of time. Having read the book here, he knew how the film would end. Having been offered 2 jobs, I wasn't sure which one to take. Last but not least, I introduced reduced relative clauses. In order to speak faster, we can use reduced relative clauses. Instead of saying, the woman who sits next to me, we can say, the woman sitting next to me. We should be aware that after verb senses feel, watch, see, hear, we can use present participles to describe ongoing actions, but we use infinitives for completed actions. For example, if I say, I watch her cross the road, it's an action finished. But if I say, I watch her crossing the road, the action of crossing is not finished. And that's all for today. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, guys, so this is what we call participle clauses. Now, let's memorize. When we say present participle, what is the present participle? The verbs that end in ing. Going, reading, seeing, walking. Now, check your answers in your books. When we say past participles, so we use the past participle, gone, read, seen, walked. Perfect participle. What is a perfect participle? When we have the verb having plus a verb is past participle. Having gone, having read, having seen, having walked. Now, when do we use participle clauses? We usually use them to reduce a sentence. In order to make a long sentence, we shorten it using participle clauses. Let's look at some examples. And what happens here? Okay, let me change. So different clauses serve different purposes. So we use them with different purposes as in the examples to describe simultaneous actions.